Y'all, this can't be for real.
Time to blow it up.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to The Truth TV. I'm Truth Fisher, and I got a crazy story for y'all. It's the middle of winter here in Ohio, and we are in a nationwide rock salt shortage. I know that sounds crazy, and it is crazy. As a plow truck driver for the city, I've just been thinking that the city wasn't ordering salt, and therefore we had no salt. But it turns out that there's a shortage nationwide of rock salt. So much so to the point where ODOT here in Ohio is refusing, private contractors salt. At first they were giving them like a limit. Now they're refusing to give them salt. This is crazy and everything, but I do want y'all to watch this news clip from Fox 8 about the situation, then I come back with my thoughts.
It's been a very busy winter for snow removal operators and suppliers in Northeast Ohio thus far.
It's been a rough start to the winter. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of plowing and a lot of salting.
And it's only going to get worse. Another round of winter weather is already upon us. Salt World owner Bernie Giannetti of Wycliffe says due to limited salt supply and increased demand, Salt World can't accept new customer orders.
We've been receiving calls nonstop, and our goal is to keep our current customers who have been loyal to us with at least some salt through this shortage.
The shortage spreads across Northeast Ohio.
I guess the states, from what I'm told, are they take priority over us commercial snowplow contractors.
THI construction owner Tim Wendt has been plowing for 30 years and typically buys his salt from Abraxas, a major supplier in Northeast Ohio who gets their salt from Cargill in the Flats. Wendt says right now Abraxas is limiting orders to 1 ton per customer per day.
The cost has gone from $117 per ton to $246 per ton for rock salt. So it's doubled in price. There's nothing we can do. We need the salt.
I reached out to Cargill to learn more about the shortage, but did not receive a response. Salt World and Brine Works says this 3-yard spreader carries enough salt to typically take care of your average grocery store parking lot. But given the current situation, they may have to use less salt for each trip.
You have to make a lot of adjustments. You got to start rationing your usage. You got to start salting parking lots differently and sticking to hotspot areas.
Everyone I spoke with hopes for a milder winter and asks for the salt mines to be reopened to contractors. In Cleveland, Tino Bovenzi, Fox 8 News.
Okay, so now I know for me, it's been like 11 years since like our mildest winter. Like the winters have been progressively getting, bad or worse since 2015. And this winter came out the gate, smacking us with snow. Thanksgiving, we got about 3 to 4 inches of snow. Thanksgiving and the day after Thanksgiving. And that weekend, it was still snowing. It didn't give us any inches, but it was still snowing that weekend. And ever since Thanksgiving, we just been getting hit with snow. We have like a day or two without no snow. Then here comes the snow. So we've been using, rock salt on the streets constantly. Like we've been out there constantly throwing down salt because if it's not snowing, it's raining and it's cold, which means the rain is going to freeze, which means the streets are going to freeze, which means we need to put salt down on the streets. Now with a salt shortage, and like they said in the news clip, the states and the cities get priority over, private contractors, which, kind of screws up private contractors because then you have people at the grocery store like, well, why, what's going on? Why is it icy out here? You plow, but you didn't put any salt down. Well, there's a salt shortage. There's a salt shortage here in Ohio. There's a salt shortage in New York.
And as we brace for this winter blast, new concerns about the supply of rock salt.
Some of the biggest companies that rely on it are raising red flags. Just last month, 13 WHAM News learned from sources that American Rock Salt increased its prices for commercial customers. The latest development leaving some small businesses concerned for what's ahead. There are fears of another salt shortage.
13 WHAM's Natalie Calzatoni has been following the story closely and brings us the latest. Natalie?
Good evening. A local contractor I spoke with still has salt as of right now, but is concerned about the possibility of another road salt shortage like last season. David Ferguson says he built this salt barn for his small business in Rochester following last season's statewide salt shortage.
This year is our first year with the salt bin to try and stay ahead of the salt shortage as much as possible. Has changed this year now that salt is now becoming quite a commodity and very hard to get.
Last month, I learned from sources that American Rock Salt reportedly increased its prices for commercial customers by $25 a ton. Now, multiple sources have told 13 WHAM News the Mount Morris-based mine is prioritizing distribution of road salt for municipalities.
Which puts us in a very hard position where we're at as a smaller business. What do we do when all that salt is allocated? We're obviously open to buy it. We need it. You know, obviously at whatever cost we have to do, but what do you do when they're turning trucks away and we can't get it?
Ferguson tells me as a result, the distributors he purchases salt from have increased prices.
We've now almost doubled in cost for what our cost is for salt, and from the sounds of it, it's going to go up even higher, which is hard to chew when you have to tell your customers, hey, your bill is going to go up even further now to cover the cost difference.
Ferguson says he is responsible for salting high-traffic businesses, including medical facilities, to prevent slip and falls. While Ferguson has salt now, he worries for what's ahead.
Hopefully it doesn't come to the point where we have to have a hard conversation of, I'm out of salt, I can't get salt.
I've reached out to American Rock Salt multiple times for comment and additional information and have not received a response. I checked in with a municipality in Ontario County and was told there has been no issues or delivery delays on their end. Karen?
It's a salt shortage all over. And like they said, you know, the mines, is the miners going to be open back up? Don't know. But I will say one thing. You know, this shortage could be due to, like, you know, the weather, the miners not being able to keep up with the weather. That could be it. They could be doing the best that they can to get that salt out, you know, from underground. But the weather is going crazy. And actually, this Sunday, we are looking to see another 1 to 3 inches of snow this Sunday. Just after last week, we just had 6 inches of snow. So the weather is moving faster than they can move and get that salt out. That could be what's going on. I don't know. This is a video I took yesterday of what our salt bin looks like, and when I say, like, it's kind of been hard for us to keep up with the snow, let alone, you know, the people, you know, mining for the salt. It's been super cold. And it's been super snowy. So it's been hard for us to keep up, you know, as the street cleaners. So I know it's been hard for them to keep up with the demand that the salt is bringing. It's just constant demand of salt. We're constantly throwing down salt because it's constantly snowing. And correction, we are looking at 3 to 5 inches of snow this upcoming Sunday weekend. When will we get a break from the snow? I wonder, when will we get said break? But that's what I got for y'all today. It's a rock salt shortage. What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think it's crazy? What do y'all think should happen? And don't forget, give me a like on this video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because I will be back with another video. Thanks.
The Truth TV. Subscribe, like, and comment.